Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my 2017 beauty favorites. I know this is late, but better late than never, right? So I'm going to do it differently this year than I did it last year. Last year I kind of broke everything up into categories. This year I just went through my makeup stuff and pulled out the things that I reached for a lot that just give me those like very happy feelings and endorphin releasing type products. So I just kind of grabbed those, and we're not going to go in any particular order. I am going to talk about some limited edition things just like I did last year, because my kind of idea in doing that is, even though you can't get some of these things anymore, maybe it will encourage you to go back and play with things that you loved last year, maybe some of the same items, maybe different items, instead of buying like a bunch of new stuff, because we're kind of always being drawn to purchase new things, and I mean, at least I know I am. So maybe by talking about some of the things that we loved last year, we can go back into those things and really enjoy what we already have. So anyway, let's just go ahead and jump in. First thing that I have, I mean, this is kind of obvious if you've watched my other videos, but the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs palette. This is probably my favorite makeup purchase of the year. The collaboration between Besame and Disney was so well done. The detail is amazing on this palette. It was a very limited release. They did actually just recently re-release it on Shop Disney, but it's not there anymore. Of course, by the time I got around to filming, it's not there anymore. But they are coming out with 2 new palettes. Like the smaller palettes are going to be coming out in February, unless there's some sort of delay. They're supposed to come out in February, so I'm looking forward to grabbing one of those. But this is just such a fun palette. The colors look a little bit boring, but they're actually really fun to play with. It's a pretty good palette for getting a lot of different kinds of looks. So I'm actually wearing it today, and I absolutely love this palette. Another eyeshadow palette that I love that's also limited edition, I'm sorry, is the Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette. Did any of you guys get this? I just absolutely love this palette. This is one of those palettes that I just look at and I like get excited thinking about using it. It's just so much fun. The colors are so pretty. I always use this white as a base because it just helps me to blend out the other shadows, and everything that I do with this palette, I love. I love, and it's like such a happy palette, you know, like these colors just make me happy. And then I do actually have an eyeshadow palette that I don't think is limited edition. And actually, I saw it go on sale at several places this year. I picked it up for like 70% off on the Stila website. And this is the Perfect Me Perfect Hue palette in the Fair Light shade. Now, when I got this, I was like, it's probably going to end up being a palette that I regret because I have so many colors that are similar. But I love this palette. It's so good for traveling. All of the shades are really good, except this like brown one is a little bit chalky and like not as soft as the other ones, and you have to build it up. But I kind of like a dark color that you have to build up because, you know, when you're really fair, you don't want that color to go on super pigmented, but that's deep dark brown. So not super pigmented there, but the rest of them are just really good, easy to work with. This, I reached for this so much on days that I was in a hurry, on days that, you know, I was traveling. Like I just would always throw this in my bag when we did our little like weekend trips to Pennsylvania or to New York, Williamsburg. I wanted to, you know, we kind of did these like last minute trips, and this was just a really easy thing to throw in my bag, and also a really easy thing to pull out and get ready in the morning. So I love this palette. I definitely recommend it, and it goes on sale a lot, so I would keep your eyes open for that if you're interested in it. It also comes in, I think, like 5 different shade ranges, so depending on your skin tone, you can get one that's like designed for your skin tone, which I think is really cool. Of course, I got the lightest one, which again is the Fair Light shade. I do have a couple of favorites from the Peach collection. Actually, everything that I got from the Peach collection from Too Faced has been really good, but these would be like favorites of the year. So I have the primer and then also the foundation. The foundation I have in the shade Snow, which is a little bit yellow. It's supposed to have a pink undertone, but it seems a little yellow to me. I don't wear a lot of foundation, so I just kind of sheer it out, and I think it works fine, but I would like it if they'd expand this shade range on both ends of the spectrum. The primer though, oh my goodness, I love this primer. It's very cooling. It's almost kind of moisturizing, but it also fills in your pores, so it literally does everything. I love this primer. I will definitely be repurchasing it when I run out. And then, like I said, the foundation is great. The shade range is a little, but it lasts. It really lasts on your skin. And even though it's a matte foundation, it still lets a little bit of glow through. And it's one of those foundations that like throughout the day you catch yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, my makeup looks pretty good. You can definitely build this up and have a very full coverage. I just personally don't put a lot on, which I should because, you know, the redness. But it is a really nice foundation. And of course, both of these products smell like peaches, which is awesome. There was another primer that I fell in love with in 2017, and that is the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer from Hello Fab from First Aid Beauty. It's kind of like, it's a cross between a moisturizer and a primer because it is like pretty thick, but it's like really, really glowy. So if you want a glowy look, this is one to go for. If you don't wear this. But it kind of like perfects your skin. It smooths things out. It really like soaks into your skin, so it is nice and moisturizing. If you've got dry skin, you'll probably love this. It smells like coconut. I like this and the Too Faced RX, their coconut primer, equally, but they're very different. Like this one's a lot thicker. It has that glowiness to it. And then the Too Faced RX one is a thinner consistency and almost like a moisturizer, but I really do like them both, but this is the one that I discovered this year. Next, I have a powder from Cover FX. This is the Perfect Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Light. They actually have two shades, which I think is really cool. And it's got this little like sifter thing, so you don't have as much of a mess that way. This powder is just really, really finely milled, so it sits on your skin and looks like skin. You can't see anything. You don't like see a, you know, powder sitting there. It doesn't make you look dry. It almost feels like it's kind of moisturizing. I know that's weird for a powder, but it feels like it's not a drying powder at all. It's my favorite one that I have. I have a couple that are really good, but this is my favorite. And I love it. And then I do have another powder that I really like. The one that the Cover FX one that I just showed you is a matte powder, and this one is more of a glowy like finishing powder. So this one I guess is more of a setting powder, and this is more of a finishing powder. This really like perfects everything. I actually forgot to put it on today, but it's such a beautiful powder. I have talked about it before. It's called the Illuminizer from Urban Decay. You go through it really fast though. You're not getting a ton of product and you go through it pretty fast. By the way, sorry for the lipstick stains on my hand. I was playing with stuff. Anyway, this is just a really nice, like kind of glowy, illuminating powder. So if you want something more like a finishing powder that'll give you that glow, this is a really good one. Onto bronzers. I have a couple options that I really loved this year. I have the Essence Matte Bronzing Powder, or Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. This one smells like coconut. They actually both smell like coconut. And this is for light skin. And then the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in 104 Tantastic. So obviously, big price difference. We got Essence and Marc Jacobs. I don't remember how much this was, but it wasn't cheap. This, I think, was $2.99, maybe $3.99. So definitely a big price difference there. My only issue with the Essence one is the packaging. It broke after me not having it that long. I was traveling with it a lot, to be fair, but it's a really nice soft powder. It blends out really beautifully. It has like a pinky peachy kind of undertone to it, so it's almost like blushy in tone a little bit. So I really, really like this one. It's so soft, so easy to work with and blend out, and it looks really natural on the skin if you have fair skin. I think they have this in 2 or 3 shades, but unfortunately there's no like really dark shade. And then this is the Marc Jacobs bronzer. Now this one is limited edition, or was limited edition, but I saw on, I think, Trend Mood on Instagram that they're bringing this back this summer, so I don't know if it's going to be permanent or what, but I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's actually a dent in here. That's how much I use this bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer of the year. I mean, I'm sorry, I like it better than the Essence one. The packaging is a lot better, and it has a little bit better lasting power, but they feel actually really similar. They're both like really soft and easy to work with, easy to blend out. This is more of a true bronze kind of color, and also a good contouring shade because it's a bit cooler. So really, really love this, and it smells so good. It smells like coconut. And you know what? The ones that are not limited edition are too dark for my skin tone. So this is great for me. So I have a couple blushes that I want to share with you. The first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in the shade Pool Party. Now, I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel, but I love this blush trio. This is another product similar to the Too Faced foundation that like you catch yourself in the mirror throughout the day and it's like, oh, it's still there and it still looks good. These colors are just really, really pretty for fair skin, and I love them. I'm gonna swatch them there because my hand is still a little wet, but really, really pretty colors. They blend out really well. They're really soft. You can actually mix them all together and they look really nice. So I have been really happy with this, and definitely would recommend it. Also discovered the Marc Jacobs Flesh and Fantasy blush this year. I love this. It's a very, very nice blush. It's another one that just looks really natural. It's really good for fair skin, but I imagine this one would be actually pretty universally flattering. So I've been really happy with this. If I had to go down to like 2 blushes for the rest of my life, I would be perfectly happy with these 2. And I actually feel the same way about this highlighter. If I had to have like one highlighter for the rest of my life, this would be it. This is the BareMinerals Invisible Glow Powder Highlighter in the Fair to Light. I believe they came out with 3 shades of this that are designed for different skin tones. The other shades are way too dark for me, but the lightest shade, this one is perfect. I don't know if you can see the dent in there, but I definitely use this a lot. You know, BareMinerals really doesn't get a lot of attention on YouTube, I think because it's maybe for like, it's kind of geared towards an older demographic like me and older than me, because like if you can see, it's like a very subtle highlight. This is not gonna like make you glow to the gods, you know what I mean? So it's a really nice everyday kind of highlighter. It blends out beautifully. It lasts on the skin. I absolutely love it. Definitely is my go-to. Next product I have here is from Essence. This is the Lash Princess Mascara. It has the false lash effect, as it says at the bottom, and that's really true. This is a mascara that I've been asked multiple times what lashes I'm wearing when I wear this mascara, so, and I don't wear fake lashes, so it's just a really, really good mascara. It's totally worth the hype. It's $5. I think it's $4.99 at Ulta. So it's a really good price, and it does like the same thing as the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, which is a lot more expensive than this. So absolutely love this. So glad I discovered it in 2017. Next thing I have here is actually a little boring. It's an eyeshadow primer. This is the Sheer Wisdom Serum Shadow from Butter London, and I love this. It's actually replaced my Urban Decay Primer Potion, the anti-aging one, and I love it. It's a really interesting formula. It kind of starts out like an oil, and then it dries down to a cream, and then to a powder, and it really smooths everything out on the eye area and gives you a really nice base for doing your eyeshadow, or you can just do it as, you know, all over your lid as an eyeshadow itself. So I really like this. I have 2 colors, and this is like all I reach for in terms of eye primer anymore. Oh, next thing that I want to talk about is from Cover FX. These are these little tiny click sticks. I actually picked these up during the 21 Days of Beauty. They had them on Ulta's website for like 40% off, you know, the hot buy thing. Yeah, I got the foundation in P20 and then the color corrector in green. When I first like swatched them on my hand, I was like, oh, these are going to be dry and hard to blend and blah, 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 blah. But they're not hard to blend. They're not dry. They look beautiful on the skin. And I really like that it's so small, because if you're like me and have like a lot of product, you know, it's nice to have something smaller. And this is on my face. It's a perfect match. This P20 shade, it's a perfect match. It's very hard to find an exact match to your skin tone, especially when you're really fair with like a lot of redness. This P20, it's perfect. And then the color corrector in green is also really nice. I like this as much as the color corrector from Urban Decay. This is great. And what I like to use for these is a beauty blender. They definitely blend out the best with a beauty blender. Or I use the Real Technique sponge, but you know what I mean. Okay, so next product, eyeliners. I've talked about these a ton this year. I discovered them during the VIB sale in the spring. These are the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Eye Crayons. They come in like a shimmery one and then also a matte one. These are my two favorite shades, although I have a lot and I love them all. This is the shade Rococo. It's like my perfect everyday, you know, brown kind of everyday makeup sort of shade. And then this one is Mist Me, which is just obviously this beautiful purple. So that is what they look like. I love them. What's great about these eyeliners is they will stay on your waterline. They do not smudge. You can go swimming and they will still be there. I love these eyeliners. They're so creamy. They're so easy to work with. You don't have very much time to like smudge out if that's something that you're into, but you can't, you know, you do have like a 30-second window before they really start to dry down. But they're just really great eyeliner products. They're very expensive, 25 bucks a piece, but they're worth it. I mean, I'll pay full price for these because that's how much I love them. Next things that I have here are actually on sale at Sephora right now, and these are the Bite Beauty high pigment lip pencils. I have like 4 or 5 of these. These are my two favorite shades. Madeira is like a perfect everyday nude. If you're fair or light skin, that is this one. It's beautiful. And then this violet one is just a really pretty like purple pink kind of color, which is right up my alley. I'm actually wearing this one today, and that's violet. So yeah, these are awesome, and they're only 10 bucks, I think, at Sephora right now. I'm not sure what colors they still have, but definitely would recommend checking those out. And then I also got this Buxom, I got a couple of these this year. This is the Buxom full-on lipstick. This is in the shade Acapulco. This is my favorite shade that I have gotten, but I really love them all. This is right here. So it's a pink with a little bit of a purple undertone. Just love it. It has that same kind of effect as the gloss, where you have that like minty plumping kind of feeling going on, but it's more matte and it doesn't move around on your lips at all, which is awesome. So love these. And then I also picked up the Snake Charmer, you know, Marc Jacobs lip gloss set at the end of last year, and I love these lip glosses. I am wearing Sugar on top of my Bite Beauty High Pigment Lip Pencil today, and it's just a beautiful like light pink kind of color. And then I also have Skin Deep, which is a really pretty nude. You can wear that just like on its own and it looks gorgeous. And then I love this purple shade as well, and this is called Raspberry. Gosh, it's so small. Raspberry Beret. And that is this one right here. So pretty. So love these lip glosses. And then my last two lip products, now it's the same product, but these are not something that I reach for all the time because I prefer moisturized, very comfortable lips. And these are not that. But they're such a unique, cool, innovative product, and they really stay on the lips. Like the lasting power is insane. Like I have eaten donuts and cheeseburgers and like, you know, greasy foods that normally wear off whatever lip product you're wearing. Doesn't do it with these. And these are the Ciate London Glitter Flips, the like liquid lipsticks. This color is Hollywood. And it's absolutely stunning. And after you let it set for a couple minutes, you can kind of pucker or put your lips together, and like all this glitter will come out. It's so cool. Such a cool product. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. This other movie color that I have here is Candy. That's this one. So these bottom two are the glitter flips from Ciate London. Really, really cool product. And if you want your lips, you know, you need your lips to like last through food and dancing and, you know, all like an entire full 12-hour day, like these are awesome. So that is everything, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you loved last year, what you're loving this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.